Hello, I'm Anthony Steed from University College London. On behalf of myself, Dan, Ben, Sebastian, David and Felix, I'd like to present some lessons learned running virtual reality experiments out of the laboratory. So we're all at this workshop because we're interested in running remote experiments. Now there may good reasons for running an experiment out of the lab. And I have to say that this early experiment, which we did back in 2015, was partly, bluntly, done as a publicity exercise to raise the profile of research in the field and to release a public application which was itself an experiment on presence in virtual environments. Now, since then, we've run a few experiments out of the lab because we had to, because they were to do with situations of use, consumer use of virtual environments. But of course, we did most of our work in the lab until last year. So there are challenges and opportunities to running experiments remotely. One of the things that we found is that the scope has been restricted to simple equipment configurations. You have to work with the consumer equipment. There aren't enough experimental systems out there, and some of our experiments are just going to have to wait until we go back into the lab because we build novel hardware. We've also found that building our experiments takes a lot longer because the protocols have to be much more autonomous. So no more having an experimenter in the lab pressing buttons at key points when the participant has reached a certain point. We could argue that ecological validity is higher because we're reaching a broader audience. Most of our experiments are run with university students previously, but now, of course, they're being run by people that are early adopters of the equipment that's out there. The biggest opportunity that I see, though, is that experiments we've built have been more naturally reproducible and open because you can simply download them and run them after they're complete. In the position paper, we also have a long list of technical lessons learned. So if you are going ahead and building an experiment, I strongly recommend reading it. For example, one of the biggest issues we found is compliance with the protocols. So even something as simple as the participant takes off the head-mounted display to do something such as answer the phone means that you have to be very aware of what's going on. We found that our applications have to be much easier to use, and we're using very simple interaction protocols and techniques to make sure that, for example, participants aren't getting ill. And we've also found that distribution of apps is a bit of a moving target. So especially we found that Steam VR is something that changes under the hood while you're trying to target it. So thanks. I'm looking forward to a great discussion, and please contact me or any of the other authors at UCL.